was a bit surprised to find out that we are reforming the education system. I mean, going back on
Yet
maths
again,
and science.
right? Yeah.
No, going back on maths and science in English is not reform to me. It doesn't sound like reform to me. And yeah, I do agree that, you know, politicians are a big problem. I think a few years ago, the UN Special Rapporteur for Education came here, and I was just absolutely shocked to find how politicized our education system is. He said he'd never seen anything like it anywhere in the world, you know. And you know, that's a bigger question about, you know, getting, you know, what you can for your own community, you know, everything. You know, education is seen as part of that power and all that. I think that's where it all comes from. But I don't know whether we can completely, realistically speaking, take out the politicians, obviously, from the equation. I think we have to live with them. What we most need to do probably is to question them more. I mean, how do they arrive at any of these policies? Really, how do they? I mean, do they suddenly wake up and I think I'll abolish all these exams today? And it really, because I haven't seen a reasonable explanation for any of these things. I mean, I agree with them. It's become much too exam-oriented. I mean, it's crazy, 19 A's. I mean, it's outrageous. I didn't know there were 19 subjects you could do. But, you know, how did they come up with this idea that abolishing these exams is the answer? I mean, I didn't have exams in Standard 6, as far as I remember, and, but apparently they used to be before me, because there are some people who are a bit older than me who remember Standard 6 exams. I don't think I had any. And I went through the usual Form 3 and Form 5. And I think there is a place for some sort of assessment. You need to know where you are, obviously. But it's how did we get into this situation where collecting A's has become the main goal rather than learning, And you know, we have to return back to the idea that school is for learning rather than education per se.
Do you have an opinion about that? Because
yes, I do. The question is that what should be the role of the Ministry of Education? As our world become more globalized, education become more democratized or fragmented, depends how you want to look at it. Okay, there has to be some quality measurements. Okay, but what is the purpose of this quality measurements? I don't want to go down to the level. It's very complex. I agree with that thing. That we'll go down to the level. It's very complex. But if you look out into the world, we talk about building human capital. We talk about being an individual that is knowledgeable, okay, being able to be, you know, fit into this globalized global community, a Malaysian product, if you like. Where do we want to head? So if we constantly innovate and look what's happening out there, okay, the ministry, what role can the Ministry of Education play to ensure that whatever is happening at on the ground level, the schools, in the community schools, the home schools, you know, get all this information. Homeschool movements, community school movements need a lot of support. That's why we all get together. It would really be nice if the ministry listens to us. If we can tell the ministry, look, we need this, we can do this all by ourselves yet, but I think if you can give us this, you know, it'd be really good. You know, things like that. We need to engage. I think the starting point really is that rethink the role and then start an engagement process, because people are on the ground are becoming more and more aware. As people travel, people come back, and information become more available, become more aware. I think the starting point is let's get the engagement process and the rethinking process started first. Then we'll see how to work the complexities out. Otherwise, you know, we can talk about control all the time, and you should do this you shouldn't do, and I don't think this will end, because once you push a direction down, there'll be a group that says, no, I don't agree, I will do this. There will continue to be splinters, okay, everywhere. So I think we need to rethink that, you know. It's a very big question. So politicians need to take their political hat off and really citizen, father, you know, global citizen, what do? You know, we're part of this globalized world. See this thing differently. Yeah.